Today, we are digging into a pretty wild report that says Marvel is making a huge, game-changing move with one of its upcoming Avengers movies. We're talking about a whole scene getting shifted, and trust me, it could change everything for the multiverse saga.
Okay, so let's dive right in. The heart of this rumor, and it's one that's really picking up steam, is that a super important scene has been literally picked up out of one movie and dropped right into another.
So how big of a switch are we actually talking about here? Well, let's break down exactly what's on the move and where it's ending up. Because this isn't just a minor shuffle. It's a huge leap from a little end-of-movie tease to the grand opening of a blockbuster. And yeah, the change is pretty dramatic. What was supposedly going to be a post-credit scene, that little nugget you wait around for at the very end of Fantastic Four, is now rumored to be the very first thing you see in Avengers Doomsday. That's a massive upgrade.
All right, so what is in this scene that's so important it had to be moved? This is where it gets really, really good, because it brings back a true legend and introduces a team we've all been waiting for.
So get this, the scene is apparently the Fantastic Four showing up on the doorstep of an older Steve Rogers, and they are not there for a cup of tea. They need his help with what they call a multiverse problem, and they drop a very specific, very scary word, incursions. That word right there, incursion, feels like it's the key to this whole thing. So before we go any further, what in the world is an incursion?
So, in the comics, an incursion is, to put it mildly, a multiversal apocalypse. It's when two Earths from two different universes smash into each other, wiping out one universe, or maybe even both. We're not talking about a city getting leveled here. We're talking about the end of reality itself. The stakes literally cannot get any higher.
Okay, so that brings us to the biggest question of all, right? Why? Why would Marvel make such a drastic change? Why take a scene that works as a cool little teaser and make it the opening shot of a massive Avengers film? Well, the thinking seems to be that this information is just too critical to leave to a post-credit scene that some people might miss. By slapping it right at the beginning of Avengers Doomsday, they immediately set this incredibly serious tone and tell the audience exactly what's at stake before the action even starts.
Think about it. Kicking off the movie this way instantly answers so many questions for us. We find out what Old Man Steve has been up to, how the Fantastic Four even found him, we understand the threat of incursions, and this is the big one, we learn why Steve is the guy they need to get a message to our main MCU timeline, Earth 616.
Now, beyond just moving the plot forward, this report suggests that Steve Rogers is playing a very specific role in this story. A role that's really meant for us, the audience. According to these rumors, he's going to be our POV character. We're going to see all this crazy, complicated multiverse stuff through his eyes. And if you think about it, that's a job he's always had in the Avengers movies. He's the guy who asks the questions that we're all thinking.
It's a really classic, really smart storytelling move. When a super genius like Reed Richards starts talking about quantum mechanics and incursions, he's explaining it to Steve, but he's really explaining it to us. It's how you take these massive cosmic ideas and keep them grounded from a human perspective we can all connect with.
But hang on a second. This whole setup raises a pretty big, pretty logical question, doesn't it?
I mean, it seems kind of strange, right? Why would Mr. Fantastic, one of the smartest beings in existence, need to go find a 100-year-old soldier for help with a problem that's all about multiverse science?
Well, the report offers a really simple, really clever answer. And it has nothing to do with science. It's all about a very specific piece of information that only Steve Rogers would have. And here it is, the brilliant part. It's not about the how, it's about the where. The Fantastic Four might have the tech to travel across the multiverse, but Steve Rogers has the address. He's the only one who knows the exact coordinates to get back home, to Earth 616. He's their GPS. And that just leaves us with this one last amazing question to think about. Could the MCU's very first hero, this old soldier from another time, actually hold the one simple key they need to kick off the fight to save all of reality? Now that is a fascinating thought.